I'm good. I'm ready.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery, episode number 40, the big 40. And I am joined here with many guests today, many guests. It's all the people that are working behind the scenes here with the podcast. You've met a couple of them, and you haven't even met a couple of the other ones yet. But listen, you're about to meet them all today. So let me go around the table here. Let me start off with, of course, you guys know him, down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
Luke, how is it going, my friend?
I don't know why that catches me off guard every time, but I mean, no, it's going good. It's the weather has been shit, but the boat is going to be in the water soon. And but hopefully the weather cooperates. I mean, fuck, I think it's gonna be frost weather next week here, but packages keep rolling. We'll just keep on delivering.
What? It's gonna be frosty?
Yeah, dude, I think like lower 30s. Yeah. So yeah, it could be a little slickery out there. Nah, it won't get slick, but yeah, it'll be. I don't care. I've been wearing fucking flip flops and shorts. And not working flip-flops. I would if they'd let me, but that's a whole nother fucking debate.
Yeah, a whole nother debate. Yeah. And I hope everybody enjoyed the last episode, the great debate, but that's a whole nother story. So if you haven't listened yet, go back and listen to episode 39, huh? Guys, next up here, we got my cousin, our audio engineer for the podcast, Nasty Nate. Nate, how are you, buddy?
Doing good, man. What's up?
Nothing much, man. And you guys have met these two before. They're known as the Rolling Rogans on social media. Joe and Amy. Hello, you two. How are you?
Hey, we're actually in the same frame tonight.
Yeah.
What?
Get 2 for 1.
Hey, that's right. Hey guys, welcoming back for the first episode tonight. He's got his new place now set up just outside of Toronto. Guys, give it up for Brad, also known as Sherbs on the social media. Brad, how's it going, buddy?
Good to be back, man.
Yes,
really
absolutely.
Good to be back.
And dude, so it's good to have you back, brother.
Fucking thanks, right. Brother. And a huge shout out to everybody that contributed to the GoFundMe for Brad to help him get his feedback.
Thank you so much.
All that. So yeah, dude. So thank you guys for everybody that contributed to that, and good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. Signing on and seeing him come on, I was fucking jacked, man. As soon as I saw it, I even thought to myself, because this was a thing that we had said, like with scheduling and stuff, with restrictions getting lifted and COVID being not where you're at, Brad, but I heard about that. Are you in the lockdown part?
Yeah,
I don't know what part. If all of Canada, shit, I heard about that. So,
well, Ontario, where I am, it's the worst. We're in full lockdown, province wide, averaging 3,000 cases a day. Lots of the Indian variants and the British variants here. It's pretty messed up, but yeah, it is what it is. I guess it'll all end eventually, hopefully.
That's it. Eventually.
Yeah, who knows?
But I mean, fucking, I don't know. Have the variants been here much? I've quit listening, really, because I just kind of got burnt out.
Not like it hit Vancouver. Vancouver got fucked.
Oh yeah.
Vancouver got it bad.
Well, that's what I mean. Vancouver's not that far from. I mean, it's literally right, almost on the border, right?
Of the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's the variance not?
because the
Yeah.
borders are shut down.
Oh, is that what it is?
Probably.
Well, I mean, flights are open, but the reason why the COVID's like focused on such urban areas is because there's only 4 airports that allow international arrivals. Toronto, Pearson being one of them. There's like usually like 30 or 40 flights within the last 2 weeks. They just said all had positive COVID cases, and the government's not doing anything to stop it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
It
that's
sucks.
nuts.
Yeah. But the vaccines are rolling out, and everything should be sunshine and rainbows
it.
again, hopefully.
That's it.
Sunshine and rainbows. That's what, dude. I all those memes, because people, you
Rainbows.
just see, unicorn farts, sour beer. There you go. Best moderator game. What does he drink? Unicorn farts.
Yeah.
Farting fucking unicorns
What
is
does
what
the
we're
unicorn
fucking
fart
swallowing.
sound like?
What does
I
it
mean,
sa-
it
what does it sound
probably
like?
sound. I bet it sounds like Jimi Hendrix guitar riffs.
Sounds like a good sponsor.
Like that, Luke?
Well, I'm not gonna disrespect, because I know who that's that's a dude, and he's a hell of a
Oh.
guitarist. But when I say Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah, I know.
that's he's the GOAT in my opinion. So that's no
yes.
disrespect to your boy.
course.
He's very very fucking talented.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I love that. I love that riff, because that gives me like a shot. I feel like before my body got so just fucking like immune to caffeine, back when like caffeine actually still used to do something for me. Now it's like I feel like I just drink it for the taste. but like I could drink a 5-hour energy and be able to start rolling. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like that little guitar riff does. It gives me a little boost.
Get you amped up to start your day.
And this is what I'm drinking right now. I don't. Oh shit! I'm about to knock everything over. Check this out.
Water?
Purified just water.
It's just water.
Fucking
Yeah,
5 gallon.
I'm so done. I did some shit around here this morning. Did some shit outside mowing grass and stuff, and I pounded a one of these bad boys. It wasn't a bang, because I couldn't do a bang. If I drank a bang, I'd be up all night. But I drank a monster.
Oh,
But I did that a while ago, probably like 8 o'clock. So it wasn't like I hammered it now. But no, it's all H2O for me now.
did you pee green yet from that monster?
Oh my
Oh, and that's why
Joe, I should have
Oh,
peed.
my.
I should have pissed a lot of shit probably in my lifetime. But I will tell you right now, no, I've not pissed green before, and I should have. I should have by now. But Bang, shout out to Bang Energy. It is clear. Every flavor, no matter what, though, everything you get, it all looks the same. It's just clear, but they all taste completely different.
I've still got to try
So-
Bang. I don't know if they're in Canada. I got to check it out.
Hey, Bang, you
let's-
hear that?
Yeah.
Send your shit to Canada, eh?
Awok. Jack Awok. There he is. He's New York Canadian right there. As New York Canada comes out, it flows.
You guys remember Four Loco?
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
got one sitting in the
Oh,
fridge.
yeah.
Dude.
Oh, really?
Four Loco originally was fucking, I mean, the original shit before they outlawed.
Luke, that's what
the
I have in
first
my
one.
fridge.
Yeah,
How the fuck do you still have one of
It
those?
has the ingredient that they got rid of.
Ah, okay. Because yeah,
And
It's
it's,
like-
probably
it's
it's
old.
probably what's in Bang now.
New name.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That shit was-
Sorry, Jack. I know it's not bad. I don't know that, but I love your product. So I mean, I'm gonna keep drinking it regardless.
Is that why we were talking for like 2 hours before we even started recording? And
Oh yeah, he was calming down.
God, yeah, I needed to. Well, just to give people a heads up, this was just kind of put together. I thought I actually kind of had this idea in my head. I didn't know if it would literally be tonight, but just because we were all talking, it felt all right. But I knew because Brad coming back, I thought, when we would do it, at some point we would have, when Brad would come back on with us, we would just, shoot the shit, whatever. So why not do it tonight? It keeps the schedule rolling because it makes the more people you have involved, and this is what I can say for everybody that's in this episode right now. This is a hard, it's not a hard, I don't want to say hard. It's fun to do, but it's hard to keep a schedule or keep organized with it. And I think when people think of podcasts, that they automatically, they just think they can sit down and even by themselves or just with one other person and shoot the shit and just make something sound good. But there's so much more to it. And there's so much shit you got to do on the fly, like just right now. And this, when Dave, when he would do this before, I would always say it's like when Dave would step away because he's the best moderator in the game. I used to say he'd be like a cat wandering in a field. but
gotta corral you.
Yeah, but we also have like, different points, and this is different because normally if there's a guest on, but there's still right now there's still 5 of us, so this is still totally different.
6.
I know
it's insane, but it's good.
Well, when Dave comes back down, it'll be 6.
Okay.
But Dave's taking the time out.
Mm-hmm.
But because I will wait on him. I'll wait on him for a minute or two because I don't want to jump into anything. I haven't actually seen what you guys wanted to talk about with the social dilemma.
Oh.
So I'm not going to bring that up right now. That was going to be a part where I was going to keep my mouth shut. But he said PRP. He said a message. This is why I said you have to adjust on the fly.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
So I will say this, Nate, the sound guy, being a cousin of Dave, he keeps the train rolling like shit. I'll give him that shout out. Of course, I've told him this before. I was like, I think with Brad even, dude, he was on the foot. Like we were talking, he was like, I'm going to get he was talking about getting your number, like the mere thought of it. I think like if that was me, it would have taken me probably 4 days because I would have thought of it and probably kept working and then been like, oh, that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm such a procrastinator, man. Like I push shit off so bad. Like I think he was like, we'll have to get a hold of him sometime. And then I swear to God, you're on the phone. I was like, dude's a machine. But I guess I'm asking you, since you've known him his whole life. Has he always been like that?
Oh, we can't hear him.
Oh, he muted him.
That's so funny.
Muted?
Oh my God, the audio guy. Come on, man.
I'm not used to this.
Dude, that's our audio.
so
Everybody, that's our audio guy.
I always keep that mic on mute. Yeah, as long as I've ever known Dave, he's always been like that. And I don't know where he gets it from because it's not on whatever my side.
I wish I had it, dude. I wish I had a little bit of it because I fucking waited at the fucking DMV. You went out to talk about. So I'm on vacation. I don't know. Is the DMV, is that the same thing in Canada? Is it called the DMV up there?
Well, it's varies province to province. Here, it's just called Service Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but is it a pain in the ass and like? Does it?
Absolutely. Well, when I moved down
same,
here, I had to go and get something, and because COVID's so crazy here, I actually stood in line around a building for about 3.5 hours just to get a driver's abstract.
Dang.
So it sucks ass. It sucks ass. It's just
it's
worded different, but
exactly.
it's the exact same thing. And so I'm on vacation. My anniversary's on Friday, and I go to the DMV early. I could have fucking went any other day. And I walk in Friday, 9 a.m. Line is out the door. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Ashley's in the car with our dog Gus, the oldest one. He's the one. He's Gino. He's our Gino, pretty much. He goes everywhere with us. But so I just told her, I was like, holy shit, this might be a minute. But the line's moving fast. But what I don't realize is because of COVID, they're letting like more people move up because of occupancy. But the line's moving fast is because people had appointments. I'm in there for like 45 minutes and they shut down and they're like, if you have anything you have to do, it's going to be hours. So I message Ashley. It's literally our anniversary day. And I was like, this is going to take all day. So I'm not going to do this, or unless you want me to, but we had to get it done. It was shit we needed to get done. And so she set up an appointment for me. It was for Monday. Well, I fucked it up, thought it was Tuesday. I took a personal day. I drive up to Morgantown, 2:30 appointment. I get there. My name's not on the list. They stopped taking walk-ins at 3, so they let me go, but I was there for 2.5 hours. Got it done, but I mean, it was a pain in the ass. And the guy, like, I don't know shit about any of this stuff. Like, he just like, I had somebody that was being an asshole, and I was just like, God, but it was quick and it got finished. But Dave's back, so now I'll anyways myself and get back to whichever part you want to start with, man. I didn't do bad there. I'm kind of proud of myself. Normally, I feel like I would have fucking trailed way off.
You were in the field for a while. That's all right.
Good job, Luke. You've done good. Luke, why don't we just get Bill Gates out of the way here?
All right. So Bill Gates now single. Now COVID vaccine. Well, I mean, I don't remember I don't really give a shit what his part is in it, but you know, Bill Gates is just a wealthy man. We obviously know he's not the wealthiest man in the world, but he's still doing all right. And now newly single.
Not bad.
One of my favorite things that I've seen with this that's made me so happy is seeing all these Napoleon Dynamite memes. We're seeing Napoleon Dynamite's brother Kip. They're using Kip as Bill Gates. Like it's like Kip is at the end of the movie when he's got his girlfriend LaShonda, and he's got his skull cap on his shit. They're like Bill Gates' face on Kip's body. I've been dying at these memes, but I don't know. I guess what do you do if you're Bill Gates going into the dating world, or do you even date? Or do you just get escorts the rest of your life?
Wow.
There's going to be someone that's going to marry him for his money. Come on.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Maybe they'll love him for who he is.
No, it's not going to be. It'll never be true love.
Maybe they'll love him for Microsoft. Dude.
There's some controversial stuff that I don't know. I was looking up this one article too. Like I'm seeing how these people on Twitter are also like devastated and shaking and crying that these people broke up, but it's like they're celebrities. The divorce rate is 50% now in the US.
Well,
why are people freaking out?
I mean, do they need some coaching or something?
Shout out to fucking Ryan Reynolds. I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds is he had a tweet. He had somebody on Twitter tweet him out. It was like how did it say? He was like, I just broke up with my, like, Ryan Reynolds, like, I don't know how if you like, he just posted a reply to the tweet on like an actual tweet, and it was my girlfriend broke up with me or something, my fiance. He was like asking him for advice, and he was like, you probably shouldn't ask any actors for any advice in relationships. Fucking love Ryan Reynolds.
I will.
Born in 76, by the way.
I will say this: like, we find out about like this happening, but it's been probably going on where things have been going sour like 2 years, 3 years before it just gets out, and that's what you also see with actors and actresses is like that's why like magazines make it so dramatic and everything, but it was gone before, like, like years ago. They just finally, that's when they capture that moment that they, drift apart, and that's all what you see. So sometimes, yeah, just kind of had to add that in. But taking advice from celebrities, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like, I don't know. I got a fucking. This is one that's kind of off script, but I'm not going to mention this kid's name, but this is a funny story of a life situation. Because I was in a preload for a long time, and this kid. What's funny is because Amy, you worked at Disney, right?
Mhm.
Is that okay? So
Yes.
this guy's girlfriend ended up working at Disney in Orlando. So anyway, Fairmont, where I'm at, not a big area, or I think the whole county is like 50-some thousand people, and so this kid, he was 18, he was baby faced, fucking right, fresh as a daisy, graduated, and so he preloaded for a little while. Good dude, still see him sometimes, and he was with this girl, and they were just, they had gotten together, they were young, and they had just dated through high school, and she was very, very pretty, and she ended up going to Disney to work there as, I think, a character or whatever.
Oh.
One of those. You would know better than me.
Yes, friends with a character.
Okay,
Yeah.
friends with a character,
Yes.
quote unquote, for the people that aren't watching this.
You don't want to ruin the magic.
So there. Okay, so there must be some definite fucking. They're saying that with some definite fucking sarcasm, which I do love, because Disney just seems like. Anyway, I've heard you say, but that's another can of worms.
A big one.
When you say,
So
have a day.
all I'll say in a nutshell to summarize this story, to not make it too long, is that I told him. Because at this point, I wasn't like I was all knowing, but I was like 26, and he was 19, and I told him, I was like, dude, I'm just going to tell you, you just need to watch out, or just be aware, because I could see what was going to come. I was like, this girl's going to go to Orlando and go to this place and just get blown fucking away. She's not going to be in a little podunk West Virginia town where we're at. You know what I mean? She's not going to be in a small. I was like, she's going to dump this kid, and then. But so anyway, she's supposed to come back, ends up staying a few more months, stays a few more months, stays a few more months. Keeps going and going, and this kid kept believing and believing. Long story short, she ended up meeting somebody down there, but that didn't end up working out. He ended up breaking up with her. They were kids, whatever. They're done. He ended up going into the Air Force, and he's a mechanic, I believe, and doing well. So he's doing great. But yeah, that's my only little Disney story I have from the inside, other than till I met you, Amy.
Yeah, those Disney performers, they get around. So worked with a lot of them.
See, now I'm glad I didn't. Now, I don't even remember what her name is, to be completely honest. You could put me on a fucking lie detector.
That's why I was dying laughing when you started talking about it, because I'm like, oh man.
No, man.
Fucking throwing just the sheep to the wolves.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of Disney, Disney owns the Mighty Ducks.
Oh fuck yeah.
And I mean, I know we already talked about this a little bit off air, but nobody's watched the newer Mighty Ducks yet. And but I have, and that's because I'm a hockey fan, and I've enjoyed all 3 of the Mighty Ducks movies that came out. And now I know Luke had something to bring up.
Well, I
Mighty
said
Ducks.
before we started recording, and I'll say it again. I said Disney is genius because they knew they could automatically grab all the Daves out there, and right away they knew it instantly. And like I said, Dave has 2 young boys, so if this show goes, say for well, they're going to say if they get this to run 5-6 years, oh yeah, that's going to be a whole new crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Genius move. But I mean, I said before, they're basically they copied Cobra Kai did it first, but it's still I'm not saying it's bad because it's still awesome, but that's not what I'm getting at. But so I was watching the first Mighty Ducks, just happened to, we have Disney Plus, and I just happened to be on. It was a night I couldn't sleep after work, and a scene came in Mighty Ducks, the first one, that made me laugh so hard. And it's when they get the box of Playboys they find a box and they open it up and they pull it out, and they're just so jacked that they have Playboys to see. And I was like, man, because I remember that, because I forget when that came out, but I mean, when those movies came, I mean, I remember doing that. So I can remember being in that exact situation with friends with a freaking Playboy, like in awe, like we're 10 years old, not knowing what the hell's going on. Or I was young, but these guys, I don't, whatever. Well, anyway, all I'm saying is that just the time jump. And now, Joe, I just, because I had, there was funny stories, because when you would get caught with this shit, it was so shameful. And I don't mean to start you saying shameful, but it was embarrassing because it happened. I remember it happened to me, but not like, I just remember it happening because somebody had shit hidden and we all got blamed.
We hide it, and we think we hide it well, right? Like, where did you hide it?
I mean, I think, like Dave said, as fucking not stupid as it is, probably under the bed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget what I did. It was like, yeah, I can't remember. It was probably nothing, nowhere clever.
I remember I found one on the side of the road once. And like, and then like, I like picked up, oh, what's that? I was like riding my bike, and I was like, oh, what's that? Oh yeah, you go to over
in 2021, that just sounds so
it's all
disgusting.
sticky and shit. It's just like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And you're a young kid, you're like, what the fuck's going on? It's like, and you're trying to pull apart pages.
Any theory that sounds disgusting.
Yeah. Especially if you pick it off the ground, it's like,
oh my goodness.
Where the fuck were you growing up at? You were finding these pages stuck together, peeling them apart.
Oh,
God. You never did this when you were a kid right now.
What?
Before I knew you?
I thought I told you. I totally tell you everything. But yeah, like I was the porno king. I mean, that was
what?
I had the inside in for, like, the network. I had a friend whose father owned gas stations, so that's how he.
Oh,
so you had
all the ones. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I went everything to like just the raunchiest, like, I don't know, like these magazines like never knew they existed. We only knew about Playboy. So then when you see another one that's
you're like, what's this?
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Oh, like the whole world opens to you. Like, it's like you just opens up like, oh, okay. Like
but
Hustler.
You had.
I had Hustler.
Oh, there's more than Hustler.
Oh, I know
there's a lot of crazy shit out there.
Yeah.
But so you were, but how old are you, Joe?
How old am I now?
How old are you now? Yeah.
43.
43. Okay, so you are. That makes you. So you're what? 7 years older than me. Okay, so when I was, so you really had. Because I'm trying to think. So you grew up you really grew up more in the magazine era as a teenager,
or the internet.
Because what I ended up having, I ended up stumbling across dial-up internet. At what age? I stumbled across dial-up internet just accidentally at like 15 years old and just found all kinds of shit. But
That word goes perfect with just all the stories you've told on this podcast. I was just stumbling across.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've stumbled literally my whole
I was just looking at this picture, and it was a picture that I didn't really want to look at. Just kind of start downloading, but you only see like a little bit of it, and then like 5 minutes later, the other part comes, and then you go, "Oh, okay, this is nice."
I'm pretty sure they did that on The Simpsons. As the comic book guy is waiting for it to download on his computer.
Dude, you want to talk about something fucking crazy, dude? How about The Simpsons?
Oh fuck! I love The Simpsons. I got home at 10 to 4, and it came on at 4 every day after school. That was my shit.
And it's still like literally I mean, this is a shout out to Pissed Off Yorker, because I've heard him talk about this too. But I mean, the shit that they've predicted is, at this point, I feel like it's alarming. It's fucking like, it's not like one or two things at this point. I feel like they're up to like 7 or maybe more. They just keep rolling. And
Wild.
I mean, fuck it. Did it start in the 80s?
It started. Do you guys remember a show called Tracy Ullman?
I remember it.
I've heard about that.
I didn't watch it, but I've heard it. I've heard
Really
the
feeling
name.
old now.
Yeah, I'm feeling older, guys. Appreciate that.
I was born in 94, so I may or may not.
Yeah, I'm born in 84, so we got a time. We got some jumps.
Yeah, it's The Simpsons. The first episode was released December 17th, 1989.
89.
Oh fuck!
Oh shit!
Yeah, I remember that, and
they're still pumping shit out.
That's what's crazy. I mean, it just keeps going, and there's something for everybody for sure. But there was the show. There was a comedian. Her name is Tracy Ullman, and she did skits. She's an English actor, but there would be like shorts after the show is like, going to commercial, and it comes back, and this is when you saw like Homer, like, and Bart's head looked bigger and like wedged. Like, it was never consistent. It was the most, because this was before they were even, because back from a background being an animator, and Film Rome was the company that did all the animation for them. This is Matt Groening and his, like, his own work. So like, it was never consistent. It was like every little short clip that you see of it, of like Homer strangling Bart all the time, which apparently that's okay. we have all these other things going on with this culture shock, and we got to cancel.
Cancel culture.
But like, it was okay, like, and it's like, but that's that was like a lot of the scenes. And one of the famous one was like when Bart Simpson went to get a haircut, and he asked the haircut just to take a little off the side, sir. I actually remember, quote unquote. And then you see him just take his whole thing and buzz it off, and then he looks in the mirror and he goes, "What the hell did you do to my hair?" And that was just funny, because like nobody said hell at the time on a cartoon. That was just really like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was so racy, right?
Right. Like, oh no. And then so after that, then the launch of the series started in '89. God, I remember that. I even remember the Santa's Little Helper episode. That was
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, it's definitely a good show.
I mean, because you mentioned it, it's hard not to talk about it, because Dave and I have brought it up before. Like with The Simpsons coming out in '89, I wonder, they've had how much stuff have they had to deal with cancel culture now? Because I know they've had characters that I think I'm assuming they've probably he was removed, right? I'm assuming. I figured he
even
was.
Apologized formally. I'm pretty sure. Like the what's his name? Hank that plays Hank Azaria or something.
Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
Azaria, yeah, he apologized apparently for playing that part, and people were just like, no, like, we don't care. Like, it was funny.
Well, he was the one that like the seven. He was playing into the stereotype
Yeah, I poop.
7-Eleven owner, the gas station owner.
Yeah, the blueberry squishy.
Quickie Mart, yeah. But
oh, come on.
But he needs the Quickie Mart. Oh man.
yeah, we haven't. I feel like, Dave, I'll ask you this because fucking when we did bring this up last, and I feel like I haven't heard much about them as much since they tried to fuck with Eminem. I feel like I got knocked back in their shell a little bit. But there's, it's still out there, but I don't know. I feel like
they haven't been making any rumblings recently.
No, it's been a lot more non-cancellation.
A little more quiet. Yeah. Yeah, they went on a little bit of a streak there for a second, but you know, no, it's been pretty quiet over there on their home front, I think.
Wow.
But I'll get back to a question, because here we go. I'm questioning this one be for you, David, because I don't know shit about this because I haven't seen it. So I'll let everybody that has take the mic. You wanted to bring up the social dilemma.
Oh yes.
I haven't seen it, and I'll check it out. Go ahead and don't worry about leaving out any, spoil it. I don't give a shit if you want to or not. But yeah, the floor is your guys on that one.
Yeah, so very eye-opening movie. Documentary, excuse me, not movie, documentary. Very, very eye-opening. It's on Netflix if anybody wants to go check it out, called The Social Dilemma. And there's a whole bunch of people who have these backgrounds of working with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these social media platforms. And basically when the platforms were first made, these guys were there making it. And a lot of them no longer work there. And so now they're telling basically how it was made and how it really just grabs all the intel of what you do on that platform and will basically make you want to come back for more. And it is the most craziest thing. Like, for instance, there's a part of it where there's a part in there where they show the person not picking up their phone for a while, and then it goes like a cutscene, and there's these people working in inside of the phone or whatever, and they're like, all right, let's have them do this. And or let's put this here out on the phone, and it throws out you may, or this person is on Instagram as this person. And then all of a sudden it pops up because it realizes you weren't on the social platform in a while. So if this thing pops up to make you pick up your phone, you go to the platform and you see that, and the next thing you know, you're back in the wormhole again. I'm just scrolling and looking for shit.
It was almost like it was the AI. Like they characterized the AI that is the algorithms that are trying to get you. And I remember there's one scene that they put the little dots so that you see that somebody is typing, because then you have to sit there and wait for whatever that response is. And I'm like,
right,
freaking I do that.
Right. It was like they showed it before, and they were like, oh, let's add the dots in so that they can see that they're typing back, and boom. The next thing you know, now you're really connected because now you're waiting. You're like, this guy's about to say something. Let me see what they're about to say. And it's literally even these people were even saying they don't even want their children to have phones.
I was going to say
they don't even want their children to have.
That designed it.
Right. The people that designed these specific platforms are like, I don't even want my kids to have it.
That blew us away.
Dangerous shit.
It doesn't shock me.
Insane. And they're like, it's the obvious thing is, like they mentioned too, it's taken away the communication and the communication skills that we as humans have, and because it's just more online, it's more this, it's more texting, you're not calling, you're not hanging out with people, really. It's just all this stuff. And it's, it's really mind-blowing.
The psychological damage that is happening because people are comparing themselves and
oh, dude,
why haven't they looked at my message yet? Why haven't they done this, or why haven't they responded? And it's creating so much anxiety that
Right.
and it's just feeding the algorithms, and it's a vicious cycle.
Right. And what's even more crazy too was that they said um teen suicide was up
Yeah.
since this stuff started coming out, because there's these kids where, you know, they'll post a picture and then next thing you know, they get bullied online
Yep.
because of what? You know, their ears are too big
Right.
or something, you know what I mean? But then they get bullied, and then next thing you know, they got to take that down, and then they got to use, you know, they'll like delete that photo and then they'll post a new photo, add a filter, add some prettiness to the picture, and then everybody starts liking it.
And self-image is so damaged.
Self-image,
all
yes.
of that is just like self-confidence. Yeah, there
Yep.
was
Insecurities.
Oh
a
my
lot
gosh.
of
Yep.
it, like, is just, yeah, it's definitely.
It is insane, and I highly recommend people to watch it.
and that's
Yeah,
Social
sounds-
Dilemma.
I think it's interesting too, because like, you know, like if whatever you're downloading as an app is free, that means you're the product, because
Yeah.
they take that information and
Fuck, that's deep.
they sell
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, dude.
when you
I know it, dude.
so when you see those commercials of like, I'm making money playing poker, really, what are you doing? You're selling
Yeah.
all your information. All right, whether the apps that, like, you know, even
Mhm.
the games out there, and Facebook also is, you're giving you're referring friends to the platform, and
Mhm.
that's basically, you're not getting anything for it, but
Yeah.
Facebook is, you know,
But they're making the money.
making them
Oh, yeah.
money. Yeah, it's really, I kind of, because of that social dilemma, I've kind of like, just, I don't know, I look out more to the world than I do on my screen now. Like, I just,
Yeah.
Uh.
you still have to be connected, but it is
Right.
definitely a challenge.
Sounds like I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's insane.
I try that you said that, Joe. I do. I try to do the same thing, man. Because I feel like a lot of people, of course, it's, you know, it's only what people want to put out there anyway. But I feel like if you know, if your reality isn't good, you know, in yourself, then social media is just going to probably be not a good, not, you know what I mean? It's not going to be how it's probably not going to, it's probably not going to affect you in a positive way, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I need to check it out too.
you remember when you guys had Tara Sanders on, like, you
Mhm.
know, saying a good wolf
Yes.
and a bad wolf, like with the, you know, that it's the same with the social media aspect of that too. There's a good wolf side of it. There are things that you can get out of it, and then there's the bad wolf. If you have like all those insecurities and you're, you know, worried about your appearance, and if you're doing good so that you're comparing yourself to other people, that's going to be that bad wolf side. But there's also the good wolf, which is, you add value to people's lives that gives them a positive hope of something that they're going through or doing. So it's going to be there no matter what. It's just, it's more of like being in control of it, even though those algorithms are there, because AI doesn't deliberately just give you bad stuff. You know, it's going to find what you're searching for and what you're looking for. So you have the control
Which
of
is
that.
creepy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Everybody.
and that's one thing they pointed at too in there was the like recommended for you page
Yeah.
or like recommended videos and stuff like that. They do that shit on purpose to keep you on the app
Yep.
Mhm.
because they're just making money
Oh,
every
yeah,
time
dude.
an ad pops up on there. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just like
Like TikTok,
What?
I fucking get sucked into that thing.
Dude, TikTok has been sucking
was
me in like
burning through fucking
crazy.
data like you wouldn't believe.
Talk about comparison. I thought, you know, our cat Juno, her TikTok, Juno's journey, was like, she got 900 views on her last video, which was like huge. She was, you know, watching me eat a sandwich. And then I go to your podcast TikTok and I'm like, oh fuck, they got like 200,000 views on something. I'm like, well, there goes my like excitement. And I'm just like comparing myself. Like, come on.
oh
Yeah,
no, first of
no,
all,
I'm gonna-
huge shout out to everybody that has followed us over there on the TikTok account. And thank you guys so much for that because we've been blown away by the response that we've gotten on there. And so if you haven't yet, guys, head to TikTok if you have it. Search AITD Pod and give us a follow, all right?
AITD podcast, I think.
No, just
AITD Podcast. That's
Oh,
right. I'm
never
sorry.
mind. It's
AITD
podcast.
Podcast.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a podcast.
Thank you, Luke.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. No, I'm not going to create so it's just to touch on that real quick, because I've had a lot of fun with it, but Ashley and I have been wanting to do a few videos on that we were going to post. I was going to put on Instagram too, but with animals and stuff and the stuff that you're doing, Dave, I feel like anything we put on there, it's just, incorporate podcast clips. Cause the thing you can only do, it's not like with Instagram, you can't put it's not like IGTV. You can only do 60-second clips. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's different, but
60,
it's been fun. And the dog, the story, I'm glad that I picked the story that it seemed to be, it was a success for sure. It's been a good opening week, but yeah, but there's shit on there, but I'm not, that's what I mean. To get back to getting sucked in on TikTok, I posted this story. Literally, it's my last Insta story as we're speaking right now, and it's of this reptile zoo, and I get lost in their page because they just got all this crazy shit, and I mean, just that stuff like that, it's insane. Like, that's why I do not look at TikTok when I'm at work ever, because I know if I do, it's going to kill my data. Because I don't have unlimited data purposely, because I'm like, I got it set so I'm not on my phone too much. If I hit my data limit, tough shit. I've kept it that way. So yeah, I don't look at TikTok on the road for that reason.
How many gigs do you have?
Like 5.5, I think, or 5, something like that.
Oh shit, I got 35. But I pay what they asked for it though, but it was worth it the last couple months.
Well,
I've got the unlimited.
Yeah, see, we don't have unlimited
asshole.
here. You can only get so much, and then you get throttled from LTE to 4G. It's bullshit.
See, I try to find Wi-Fi, because a lot of times, a lot of the shit that I post isn't live. Oh, go ahead, Amy.
So I just was catching on to this. You don't have unlimited data on your phone?
Me?
No, there's no such thing.
Oh, him.
Yeah, there's no such thing as.
We have unlimited.
I wish.
Canada is strange.
Oh yeah, no, we pay a lot of money for cell phone data up here. I see like American TV commercials. You get like unlimited everything for like $60 a month or something.
Yeah, and you get like 6 lines.
I'm paying $120 for 35 gigabytes and unlimited calling, texting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got it, man. My gig plan, I'm gonna have to fucking see if I can up it. Maybe another 5. I'd be rolling.
Low tech Tommy.
Yeah.
Low tech Tommy, man.
Yeah.
Low tech
get
Tommy.
Sucked back into TikTok then.
God, I've got this. I got this Samsung S8 Android, and I know there's people listening right now that just cringed. S8. Yeah, I'm an Android person. I've had one, and this thing, I beat the shit out of it. It looks like shit, but
I'm Android.
I'll tell you right now.
Hey, Android's good. Apple's trash.
Do you know like relationships like during dating like can go like they can get ruined because of an Android or an iPhone? Like if they're going on a blind date and like about that,
that's a
like,
fucking turn off.
The Android is like,
Really?
oh, you're an Android, like that's just the deal breaker right there.
That's what I mean. You could that's what the world's come to now, where you can be mad about that, where we would jump back to the Mighty Ducks porn magazines, where you could be you could look it off the wall erotica fucking stacks of porn like that, and people would be like, people probably wouldn't even be rattled by that now. But if you had an Android or a iPhone, that could be a deal breaker right off the gate.
That's ridiculous.
I can't date. You've got an iPhone. Sorry.
All right.
How does that?
So, listen. Let's talk about this here real quick, Luke. Floyd and Paul. There's been this viral clip going around recently when Paul and Floyd met face to face, and boy, did Paul do the most childish thing ever.
I accidentally saw that.
Accidentally.
Don't know how. That's thanks to the algorithms.
Yeah, right. They
There
were
we
just
go.
face to face yelling at each other, like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass! I'm gonna kick your ass!" Da 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 da.
Yeah,
And then he's
little
like, "Whoop,
promo.
got your hat!" And he took Floyd Mayweather's hat off his head and then ran.
Oh my
Like, buddy.
What?
I mean, whatever he did, I mean, it's childish, yeah, but it's working because it's got us talking about it.
Well, first off, let me say this, and I don't know if if Bianca will hear this episode right away or not. I'm not sure how she listens to, but when this is a shout out to Bianca because I know she's into boxing for real right now, and right now as we speak tonight, Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders are fighting, and Canelo Alvarez is probably the biggest draw in boxing right now. And I just wanted to mention that real quick because I always loved Floyd Mayweather. I was a Floyd fan. I've been a Floyd fan in boxing for years. I don't care about him really doing this. I don't think it tarnishes. If he's making $100 million for doing this bullshit, then who am I to say fucking, do what you will. And, but what I hate is these fucking Paul brothers are like, because I've grew up with boxing. I love boxing. I fought I didn't fight professionally, but I fought in a lot of sanctioned fights in a boxing ring, probably I think 15, 16 times. I had a lot of fun with it. Kind of want to do one more. And I've had the itch to do it in 2022, and I don't think I'm going to, but it's sitting in the back of my mind right now. But I don't like these dudes. I hate that. I don't care that we're talking about it right now because it is funny, and it's funny that he's getting under Floyd's skin like this because Floyd was always the trash talker. Yeah. He was always the guy that was flashy doing this shit. Now, I mean, I'm not saying Floyd's still not Money Mayweather, but fucking Floyd's what? He's 50, or no, he's not 50. He's 40. He's 40, 43, 44. I mean, he's starting to fucking, he's starting to not be, he can't be, he used to be pretty boy Floyd, he can't call, he's getting older, and this fucking Paul kid, wow, is not a professional fighter. So this is why this is funny, because Floyd should fucking smoke this guy. And that's why you'll know if this is a work or not right away. And, but these fucking dudes, and I guess I can't fucking be mad about it. But they are him and his brother have been talked about in boxing a lot, and I feel like it's fucking taken away from the dudes that really do it. But it's hard not to talk about. You're right. Fucking Floyd was pissed. The bodyguards came and like, damn. Yeah. I don't know if that was an act because that motherfucker don't like getting fucked with like that. No way. That dude he made him look like a clown a little bit. Just like, got your hat, started doing it like a fucking grade school kid.
Dude, but that's like the fucking kid. Did I ever tell you about the fucking Smedlex guy that at the one dock stop on my route?
You did, but go ahead and
this is just childish too. Like he was already up there unloading stuff. Then I pull up and I pull the truck right alongside his. And just as I stop, he's getting in the cab to take off to leave. And I've never seen this dude out there on my side of like town where I'm delivering before. So this kid's like recently new, and he looks at me and he goes, I beat you. I beat you. And I looked at him. I'm like, buddy, how fucking old are you? Like, shut up. Shut up. Like, I don't want to hear this. Like, he legit did that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
who does
what?
That?
What?
Well, I mean, this isn't the dude, the good old Smedlex guy that's beside me on my route is a good guy. I've gotten along with him so well, and I don't know if I've ever told this story or not, but the one guy that was up in Morgantown when I delivered in downtown, like on near WVU. This guy always wore a cutoff. Like they offered cutoff uniforms. They offer them, dude. Like you can literally wear a cutoff uniform. This guy had one. It had the fucking logo on it. It was purple. And he was standing there. And, there's 30-some thousand students there. A lot of, so there's a lot of college girls walking around. So this guy's standing like they're waiting for the door. And like people are around, and he's looking like he's straining, like he's flexing fucking hard. And he's got 2 boxes. And I'm like, dude, so I've got big hands anyway. So like I'm like, I come out of the door and I see him there, and I'm like, oh dude, fuck man, it's here. And I grab one of them, and like I was going to grab one, just kick the door open and set it down. So, but like when I did, like the bottom part of my hand got a hold of it, and they literally weighed nothing. They weighed nothing. So he was just standing there flexing, and I was like, "Oh, dude, get the fuck out of here!" But I'm not shouting out there. I know there's drivers like that in so I'm not trying to shout them down everywhere because they're in every business. But yeah, that's my favorite story with the Schmedlex guy.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good. So,
but no, I mean, well, sorry if you were done with Logan Paul and Floyd. I didn't really know. Okay, I just I think that still, if you said you would buy it, and I probably will too. So I just want to make sure that I will.
It'll be the first pay-per-view I'm going to buy, because I'm going to be like, I want to see this professional boxer beat the shit out of this child.
This is the only thing that I'll say though, because we can actually say this, Dave, because you've always asked me about betting shit.
Yeah.
So I'll throw that in there real quick. So normally when you would bet on, you won't be able to bet on this fight. There's no, they might have some like prop bets out there or something. I don't see them putting odds on this, because this dude is a YouTube guy. He's not, I mean, no matter how old Floyd Mayweather is.
He's a YouTube
star. But as far as
taken up boxing recently.
But as far as betting goes,
sounds like a champ.
As far as betting goes, anytime with Mayweather, he was a defensive fighter. So he was not like, he was automatic. He's 50-0. He was automatic to bet on. But if you bet on him, he was such a big favorite, it wasn't worth even, like, you'd have to bet like $700 to win 100. He'd be like a 7-1 favorite or whatever. But so with this Paul kid, I'll just say, I don't know if like with McGregor they had odds, but I just think that I'm going to call it that I think it won't go. I don't think it'll go more than 3 rounds. And that, I don't know. I'm not sure if it'll be a DQ or a knockout, but he's capable of knocking this dude out. I'm just saying he's not an aggressive fighter. That's not what he was known for. So if this, who the fuck knows? It's interesting. Okay. And I'm done.
Is this like an Andy Kaufman thing? Like you're saying he's a YouTube star and he's just like,
I love that Andy Kaufman thing, Joe, because will you explain that to, because I know what you're talking about, but will you explain what the Andy Kaufman thing is real quick before, because there's a lot of people, I don't know if Dave or
he trash talks like this wrestler, and that's what it was, right? It was like a wrestler, and like he was, he said like he wants to, he could take him on in the ring, and
I'll have to.
He got it really into,
he got
real in his face and was just way up in it, like.
Yeah, it was Jerry the King. It was Jerry the King Lawler. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was professional wrestler Jerry the King Lawler, and he fought him in an actual boxing match,
right?
In a wrestling ring, but it was an actual boxing match. Andy Kaufman was a comedian, if you remember who he is, Dave. But he Yeah, it's something. It's kind of like that, Joe. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh,
But
they
I
got
want.
knocked out. Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to. I wanted to bring that up because
Because-
I knew what you were talking about, but yeah, I didn't know.
yeah. People were wondering if like even they had a like Andy and Kaufman and him were like it was like a cool like it was mutual, but it was all performance or show because no one could tell what Andy Kaufman is doing, like if he was serious or not.
So
And
was it rigged?
Right.
they don't know. That's the thing, or like at least like that because Andy Kaufman did a lot of his performances that way. Like you want to hate him, but then you think it's funny, and then you just don't know what he's gonna do.
It's hard. I'll say this, and I'll end it on this, and then Dave, you could go take it from here. I would be shocked if I don't think there's any way, like, this is only an exhibition, so it doesn't count, but I would be shocked if, like, there's no way Floyd Mayweather loses this. No way.
Yeah.
No way. And that's it. If I don't care how he wins it, there is absolutely no fucking way. If I could bet on it, I would, but it wouldn't even be worth it. I'd have to probably bet my boat to win $5. So yeah, not happening. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So to wrap this up, I just got a quick little fun question to ask you guys. Okay. So if you could travel back to a specific time, what era would you travel to? And I'll start. So the one that always interests me, and I don't know if this has to do with me being a musician or not, but I would love to travel back to when, like, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, when those guys were alive performing. I would love to see one of those guys perform live. Just the original, just that style of music, classical music, big band style music. Just, oh my God, like what a time to be alive. Just
That's
raw, natural talent. Those guys only had like one take in the studio to do those songs. It's not now where they could just take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was all recorded on tape, and when it's recorded on tape, it's there. Oh, dude, I would have loved to be back alive.
I didn't think about that, but that is
those
true
years.
to think about. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Good time period. Yeah.
I know. That's mine. Luke,
All right.
what's yours?
Man, I don't know. I've had it. That's a hard one to say. I would go probably further back. I just don't know how far back. Like I would like to see. I wouldn't mind being around even like I know it's fictional, but like the Pirates of the Caribbean era of time.
Those still exist.
Well, I know, but I don't know, man. I feel like it would be back a ways, but I don't know. I just yeah, it's a vague one because I'll just say I'll be a pirate.
I like it.
Hey Luke. Hey Luke.
What?
What's a pirate's favorite place to load in the truck? RDR.
RDR. I already do RDR. Fuck. Give a fuck. That's a sound bite. Give that sound bite because I was just saying it.
RDR.
He's not going to soundbite his own joke. Come on.
No. I was saying give my sound bite with the fuck sound bite. That's what I meant for you to say because I just said fuck. That's it. It's good though.
Joe and Amy, what about you?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's gonna we're like mine's just off the wall, just a guess because I'm just curious. I want to know if Atlantis really existed, so I'd go back that far to see how like technology got all in, like how it was back then, and also probably the demise and how everything got all fucked up because of it. So
Sure.
We're getting kind of close.
I think we're getting close.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good.
That's where I am.
I've been thinking about this before we started because I'm like, shit, what do I don't know. As a woman, I kind of don't want to go back in time.
Oh shit.
Because I mean, we're still working on women's rights.
Understandable.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Understandable.
So yeah, I was really thinking hard about this. I mean, and as you know, being in the fashion industry, there was some kind of like Victorian era stuff where I would like to see the clothing,
Yeah,
but I definitely would not like to wear it with the corsets and crap.
Like crushing your insides.
And,
Yeah, right.
and showing my ankles. Oh my god, I turned you on.
Oh man.
So,
Yeah.
You tanky.
so
Dude,
yeah,
that's-
I was, you know, as a woman and trying to think of different things about that, I'm kind of like, I don't really know. Like, I couldn't really come up with too good of one.
Yeah, but to like, yeah, but I get what you're saying though. To see
Stuff would be
right,
different.
and like that kind of makes me
Yeah, but
think
like
back-
she's saying to like I like so see, but like not be like seen.
Not
Like go back,
yeah.
like I'm
Right.
saying like Ghost of Christmas Past, not be
There you
seen. You know, or is she going back? Like I get what you're saying too, Amy. Because
Now, as a
that's
past
terrible.
life thing, maybe, you know, like I think I was in Egypt or something, and like a queen or something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, and then like I think about it too, because now that made me think about even like just the way people were dressed in like the like early 1900s when
Yeah.
you know everybody's dressed up in suits, you know, black
Top
suits,
hats.
top hats, bucket hats, yeah, and you know women are all dressed up in these dresses and everything like that, these
Oh,
big
just
poofy dresses.
incredible. Yeah.
Like what a fucking time to be alive, just to go out and just look like that all the time. Like that's pretty cool too.
See, and yeah, so that's in that respect of like the clothing, because
Sure.
that's kind of my background. So that was kind of cool. And
Yep.
there's, I mean, I saw in a reenactment today, even looking at the reenactment clothes, like it's just so cool. Everything.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like kind of like medieval times.
Yeah,
Like
there you go.
like the shit like
Ooh.
those tight corsets and all
That's
that
a cool
stuff and
time too.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna go with. You know, like fighting. With
Oh
swords
fuck,
and
I'm
shit.
sorry, Brad.
Dude, no.
Let's
I
go to
like that.
Brad.
Dude,
Where would you
Jousting.
like to
Please
travel
lead off.
to?
Like Game of Thrones shit. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, absolutely. I think that would be very amazing shit to fucking be a part of.
Yeah.
Like, and I know there's like, I don't know if it's like anything in Canada, but down in the States, I know there's like reenactment and like kind of like places dedicated to that type of shit. And that'd fucking be so cool just to experience that one day. The border will open one day.
Yeah.
Dude,
one day we will all meet.
That will be
Yes.
that would be an awesome time to be alive, because I think about shit like, because I did like, just to mention Game of Thrones, like could you imagine being like, okay, this is bullshit, all right, I demand a trial by combat, and then being like, and then knowing like it just be like you could either fight it yourself or be like, you know, like when Cersei gets the mountain, like if you had a friend like the mountain, be like, dude, all right, I fucked up, my trial, they're probably gonna find me guilty, so we're just gonna go trial by combat, dude. I need you to just step in real quick.
Life would be so much simpler. You wouldn't even need TikTok, dude.
No shit. No shit.
I love that time period too, but I think as a woman, I'd probably just be a whore. So I don't really have too many options.
You read you.
Hey.
Nate,
So
what
again,
about
I'm gonna go back to now.
okay. What about you, buddy?
I was struggling with this question when you asked it off the air, and I still am struggling. But I think I would go back to right at the beginning of the 90s, just because like being born at 94, I feel like I missed out on a good chunk of the 90s, and I kind of want to, I wouldn't mind going back and embracing it a little more.
It was pretty awesome. I liked it much. I mean,
You're
what?
such an asshole. Oh, the 90s. Yeah, you fucking missed it, bud.
That's valid, mate. That's valid.
It's true.
Thanks, Luke.
The internet was invented. See, I'm sorry,
Dick.
Nate. I didn't mean. No,
Simpsons just started.
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what you missed. I'm gonna tell you what you missed, Nate. I didn't mean to be. I didn't mean to be an asshole there. You know that, but I'll say this is what I'll tell you that you missed because of the time. The age difference. So in '94 you were born, right? Know what you said?
Yeah.
So it would have been like '96. So '96, I was 12 or 11 or 12.
Graduated high school.
Okay, so Amy's graduating high school. But I didn't mean to fucking. I mean, because '96 was a long time ago now. That's been 25 years ago.
Yeah, I'm having a 25-year annual reunion.
But so in '96, I can remember with one of my friends when I first saw the internet and saw what the internet was, and I was like,
Did you stumble upon it?
Well, no, I didn't stumble upon it because I was still a kid then. I don't know if I was 12. I feel like that was right when I started to. I mean, I didn't dip into debauchery that young, but
you were definitely dropping parlays though. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah,
there was a loophole in America Online where you can get there.
Oh,
and,
sure.
They didn't figure it out for a while.
What, to porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
America Online had access to it, and they just didn't realize it. It was a beautiful time.
Pornhub.
But that's all. That's the only thing I can say is like it's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful time. Obviously, I wasn't thinking of porn at that point. At that point, that was right before for me.
But we were talking about porn. Sorry.
No, we were just talking about. Well, the internet. When you think of the internet is essentially porn. The internet is porn because
everything.
Food
porn.
It changed the fucking game of porn. Everything. They say porn for everything. There's food porn. There's fucking. I mean, you could say you don't have to walk into a store anymore and get embarrassed to go grab a VHS and see people look at you with some bullshit, whatever you're fucking don't want to be. But Nate, I sat there in 1996 just mind fucked that I was like, this is so crazy. We just this I thought it like charged us by the minute, and he was like, no, we can be on this all day and it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't charge
by the minute.
Yeah, dude.
Well, not when he had it. But.
Yeah, or it was like by the hour or something like that. No, it was. I remember that.
It was like, listen, no phone calls tonight, mom or dad. I have to be online.
Yeah.
And you send a message, and it takes about 3 days for somebody to respond.
Yeah. Bulletin boards. Like that's pretty much what it was. It wasn't it wasn't email like, just go right instantaneous to the other person. We're just giving Nate the whole like.
I mean,
but
I definitely missed the experience.
Dude, so I'll end mine with this, with my favorite 90s experience. And my brother is so he was born in '88, so he was the youngest. So when my sister, or either one of my sisters, when they'd piss us off, we'd be downstairs. We still had all the landlines then, and we just pick up the phone and start dialing it because we knew it was going to kick her offline, and then we'd hang it up.
Yeah,
we would hang it up, and then we'd hear we'd hear somebody fucking yell from the vent.
Oh yeah.
That was good times.
Oof.
Good times.
Ruthless.
You guys, do you remember the game Wolfenstein 3D?
I know Wolfenstein.
Yes, the name sounds familiar. Yep.
3D.
I don't think
but not 3D. No,
it was on floppy disks.
I was gonna say, was it on a floppy?
Yeah, it was on a floppy.
The big floppies or the little ones?
No, the 3.5, not the 5 and the quarters.
5 1/4.
Yeah,
what about the Oregon Trail, the original?
Yeah, we were.
Cracker Barrel has T-shirts, retro T-shirts, and they've got an Oregon Trail shirt.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit, I'm getting that.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. Oh, we got some friends. They're one guy. He's a mechanical engineer, and he created his own CNC plasma cutter. And he took like the 5 1/4 floppy disk. Like it's made out of. It's like it looks like a wooden 5 1/4 floppy disk, and it's all etched on there like one of the actual scenes from Oregon Trail. That's on
sick.
it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They're called Turtle Labs.
Oh, those guys. Yeah.
If you ever want to look them up, they're in I think North Carolina. I think
so,
they are. But yeah, he's got some cool shit. Like, you know.
That's
So
sick.
yeah.
Dave, you look like you're about to pass out.
Oh, we are. We are about to
That's why I told him. I said I was gonna end it. Go call it in the ring, kid.
All right.
Go ahead.
So listen, guys. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. All right. I hope you guys had fun. A little something even more different than what last week's was when it was just me and Luke. This time we got the whole gang here. But don't worry, we'll be back with some guests very soon. But first, guys, before we go, listen, go to and check out deliveringgreatness.com, the website deliveringgreatness.com. And we're also going to throw a little promo code at you guys as well for the merch. So go pick up some merch. It'll be 15% off your guys' entire purchase. Use promo code POD15. That's POD15, POD15. Make sure that's capitalized too, all right? So guys, go check that out. Also, like we mentioned, TikTok, Instagram, all the social stuff. Just go give us a follow. Everyone, this has been fun. This was awesome. So thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody that's here.
Thanks for everything everybody does. And this has been good, man. To talk about random, this got slapped together, but this has been fun. It's been good.
It was awesome. I laughed so
amazing.
hard.
Quite an adventure.
Absolutely. So guys, we're gonna play a little outro music just to take us out here. But hey, listen, thank you guys again for hanging out, and we'll be back next week.
Have a
See
good
you
one,
guys.
everybody.